Okay, welcome to episode 17 of Puckin Awesome. I am one of the hosts, Cassie. I am the very sad and depressed Sabres fan. My Twitter and Reddit are Abstract Halo, both of them. And these are my lovely co-hosts.
I'm Terry, T-Rex20 on Twitter and Reddit. I'm a Stars fan.
I'm Aisha, also known as Aisha on Reddit and Torque for Torque on Twitter, and I'm the resident Bruce fan.
Hi, I'm Ari. I am the resident Blackhawks fan. I'm on time for once, and I want you guys all to know that I'm missing a prospect game on the radio to be here with you tonight. And Teuvo Teravainen has like 3 points, so that's my level of commitment tonight.
Okay, so this week we actually had news, lots of news in the NHL, contrary to what we all thought. But
yay!
So we're going to start off with the sad one. Bob Suter, the first actual player from the Miracle on Ice team, and Ryan Suter's father, passed away suddenly of a heart attack. Thoughts with him and his family, and so terrible.
He was very young, so it's always a tragedy when someone passes away. But
yes. Another sad news. Saku Koivu announced his retirement this week. He's had a long career, very long. But.
And an incredibly distinguished career. People in the thread about his retirement on Our Hockey had some amazing things to say about what he did for Montreal. A lot of Montreal-based news organizations were talking about his impact on the community and on the team. So, you know, he played in Anaheim for a couple of years, but he'll probably always be remembered as a player in Montreal, overcoming cancer. It's a tremendous inspiration. So, you know.
We should clarify it was Saku Koivu, not Mikko, his brother. So.
Yeah. Mikko Koivu will continue to score on 1/3 of his shootout goals using only backhands.
I only laugh because it's true.
I'm not bitter or anything. Every time Mikko Koivu scores on a shootout goal, I'm like, how did you not know where that was coming from?
The other news is the Flyers owner, Ed Snyder, is officially cancer-free. So that's good news.
Yes, congratulations, Ed Snyder. Sorry about your franchise.
Sorry for your GM spending all your money. Okay, so what do we want to jump into?
Let's go ahead and start, since we're on a sad topic, let's go ahead and start with, I think, our other sad news of the night. Well, we have 2 more pieces of sad news, the first of which is the Stars mascot, but we can start with Castle.
Okay, so on the college women's hockey front, Amanda Kessel has decided to not play her this season at the University of Minnesota. She sustained a concussion at the Olympics, and she's been dealing with post-concussive syndrome since then, and she feels it's best for her health to sit this season out.
Well, the news I've heard now suggests, in fact, that Amanda Kessel may have sustained a concussion before the Olympics. She sat out a number of the USA games before the Olympics with a lingering knee injury. And people think that might have been a cover for the fact that she was actually dealing with post-concussion symptoms then. So that's a problem, because one of the problems with women's hockey is there are so few stages to compete at... Yeah, Terry, you want to go ahead?
Well, I just want to clarify that people say, oh, it's her senior season, she'll be done. If she hasn't used, and I'm fairly sure the rules are for your eligibility, so obviously NCAA eligibility is limited, but you have 4 years of eligibility and be able to play another year, provided she didn't redshirt it.
I'm not sure about that. But it's
because she did not play last season either for the Gophers. We have to remember that part.
Right, but if she redshirted a year, then you also have to look at the year requirements, because it's within 5 years. she could still have another season of eligibility left should she heal and choose to come back. You can play as a grad student.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure we can find it somewhere.
Yeah, the article that the Gophers put out stated that she's just returned. She's not going to play this season. It didn't say any other. It didn't say she's done. Her career here. It just said she's just not going to play this season. So there is hope that she could come back next year. So
that would be great.
And the coach said that she has a place in our locker room and will continue to support her.
It does seem, though, I would think this early to make that decision to say, yeah, I'm not going to get better in a month. That does seem a little disheartening, I guess.
It also, anytime someone takes a whole year off, I always wonder whether they're coming back or not. Whether it's at the University of Minnesota or to hockey in frankly any capacity, a whole year off for post-concussion syndrome means that probably they've already been ongoing at least for, if she sustained it during the Olympics, it's been at least 9 months.
Yeah.
And if she sustained it before the Olympics, it could have been a year or more. Harry, that's the alarm that they're going to say mean things about Hosa.
Oh, is this where we say mean things about Hosa?
We don't say mean things about Hosa. If you guys don't know...
Hosa is God. You cannot Hosa.
I should explain. If you guys don't know, every week I have to ask everyone when the podcast starts because I'm physically incapable of remembering. And every week I'm late anyways. So this week, Terry told me to set an alarm on my phone, and I set 4. The first one was, get online. The second one was, get it together, Ari, come on. The third one was, they're saying mean things about you. And the fourth one was, they're saying mean things about Marian Hosa. But I was here, and I was on time, so you can't say mean things about me or Marian Hosa.
Hosa's God, but Hosa would be better in a Bruins jersey.
That's not even true at all. That'd be a terrible color on him. Anyway.
No, it would. It looked good when he was at the Penguins.
No, it didn't. It looked horrible.
He belongs with us. We need the 2 best.
Yeah, it looked
forward.
good when he wait. It looked good when he played for the Penguins and they lost the cup, so he switched to Detroit, and then he lost the cup again.
You know what? He's at a 50% win-loss ratio. It's pretty good. Actually, Hosa looks great in a Blackhawks jersey, obviously.
No,
it looks better on my bedroom floor.
No, he doesn't. I have the shirt. No, he doesn't.
But he looks great in a Senators jersey, too. That was always a nice color on him. And the Thrashers blue looks nice. No one looks good in a Red Wings jersey.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, back to Amanda Kessel. Sorry.
Yes. I was excited to see her because I was hoping to catch a game next month. And, yeah, she's not going to play. But that's okay. I'm still going to go. It's, if it's not snowing, I need to put that because
so you're not going to then.
We're going to see. We're going to gauge how things are looking before that day. But I was really looking forward to seeing her play. And
she's probably the best female hockey player in the world, non-goalie.
Yeah.
And it'd be a real shame.
Yes. Even her brother said that she's better than him. So, don't know how that'll stack up, but...
Well, she's certainly better than the other Kessel, third Kessel. Third Kessel sucks.
Okay, do we want to go into some more news, or we want to look at some questions?
Sure, let's look at some questions. Oh,
yeah,
no, sorry.
All right. Who is the best Van Riemsdyk? From Josh.
Well, there are 3 Van Riemsdykes, and we can all conclusively say the third Van Riemsdyk sucks. The other, obviously, James Van Riemsdyk is a player for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, if you don't know, is a prospect for my Chicago Blackhawks. Pretty good.
Well, wait.
We'll
at
see how
this
it turns
point,
out.
wouldn't we just say that the best Van Riemsdyk is the one who's been able to play in the NHL successfully?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't
That would be
really
the
seem
conclusion.
like that much of an argument.
I'm not going to argue with that. James Van Riemsdyk's a great player.
Could be argued.
Yeah. Okay. And we know Aisha's answer.
Anyways, next question.
If all the prospect teams had a tournament together, who'd win? Apparently not the Sabres, because something's going on.
Dallas.
I don't know what.
Dallas would win.
I'll have to say the Leafs prospects look pretty good. I watched the Leafs Blackhawks prospect game. Where do they find these fucking goaltenders?
Well, let's just say that those goaltenders are either go to the LA Kings or the Boston Bruins.
But only one of each has happened. That's not what? I don't understand that comment.
Because, like,
They made one trade with the Boston Bruins, and they made one trade with the LA Kings.
Alright. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I think Dallas would win, and I think this is proven by the whole, hey, we won the Calder Cup against all the other teams, minor AHL teams, and
That's
I think we won 7-3 today.
Yeah, I know. Apparently our second overall pick has completely disappeared and pulled a vanishing act. I've read, I've heard, and people are like, he's going to make the Sabres this year. I was like, no, he's not. But, okay, needless to say, I don't know what the hell is going on with their prospects. I do know a couple of them are injured.
From what I understand, the coach ripped into them.
Yes. Deservedly. And I don't know if it's Cassidy or Nolan coaching. Part of me wants to think it's Cassidy coaching. So, but, yeah, no, I'm not happy. But, hey, at least I got the memo to start losing games.
Actually, let's just talk about prospects right now.
Okay.
Prospects are great. The prospect tournament is like the Puppy Bowl, basically.
Unless your prospect gets injured in it.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not our fall on their first date on the first shift they do.
All right. Do we want to go to a couple more questions?
Sure.
Okay. He hit us up with some questions here. Okay. Stanley Cup Finals come down to the Leafs and the Sharks. Who chokes harder?
The
The
Leafs.
Sharks.
The Leafs.
The Sharks.
Don't you know that nothing good can happen to the Leafs?
I don't know. I think the Leafs. I would want it to be the Leafs because right now Leafs fans are self-deprecating and entertaining, and I feel like if they win a Stanley Cup, they're just going to be unbearable and they're going to turn into Canadiens fans.
But at the same time, this is the Sharks we're talking about. They're forever jinxed. The whole San Francisco area is jinxed.
I say
Not
Leafs
true. The
because
Giants are good. Or they were good.
here's my thing with the Leafs. Burns here is that the Leafs are out. If they win, they're never out, and spring never shows up. So they need to choke the hardest.
I mean, I don't think for me this is about who I'd want to win, although I do have a preference. But I think that the whole Sharks choking thing is like a little overblown and like a little tired. They've had some bad luck, but they've been consistently one of the best teams in the NHL for 10 years, which you can even say about the Blackhawks. Like, what the Sharks have done is really impressive. Although, you know,
The Leafs have done some pretty impressive
Western
crashing.
Conference Final. That's true. But also, you have to remember, the Leafs have two curses on them, which is the fact that they're the fucking Maple Leafs, and the fact that they're a Canadian team. The Sharks only have one curse, which is the fact that they're the Sharks.
Okay. All right. What has been your favorite part of the off season and the least favorite?
My favorite part was we got Spezza and Hemsky.
Yeah, that was actually a really good trade.
Woo.
Least
My
favorite?
least favorite, the fact that I've been hanging on to that we got Spezza and Hemsky as the only news since June.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting sick of, well, what if this happened?
All right. What's your
I
favorite least?
like the Brad Richards signing. That was really exciting. In part because we desperately needed another center who didn't suck. In part because, wait, I changed my mind. The best part of the offseason was the Brandon Bollig trade. I forgot that happened during the offseason. That was great. Anyways, Brad Richards was exciting, in part because we really needed center, and in part just because I didn't think anything was going to happen because we were so close to the cap. And it's fun to get presents when you don't expect them. The worst part of the off season is either constantly being told every time I comment on our hockey, Kane to insert team here for insert fourth line plug here, or alternately my wisdom teeth surgery. But I would call those two things relatively comparable.
The best thing we have done is pretty much re-sign our best players. The worst thing that we have done is we're still over the cap.
Yeah, but you have Savard though.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're still screwed over when it comes to Krug and Riley Smith right now. Because we kind of need to re-sign them, and it's kind of being really hard at the moment. So we're having that problem.
Favorite part was Tim Murray on opening day of free agency, getting over the floor comfortably without any massive shit contracts, and then turning to the media and going, "I told you so." And I think the worst part is, I just kind of want to just get it over with and get the season over with because it's gonna suck. It's gonna be so bad.
The season, yeah, you want it over.
Yes, I sat through this shit last year.
We're begging for it to start, and you're begging for it to be over.
I'm begging for it to start so we can just get it done. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Let's just do this. Okay. Let's do two more questions, and we'll jump into some more news. What is the biggest challenge for your team this season?
The Los Angeles Kings. I'm joking, but I'm not joking at all.
For us, it's defense. We did great addressing our forward line, adding new pieces. We still have no defense. In fact, one of the main pieces of our defense, Brendan Dillon, doesn't have a contract yet.
I didn't realize he wasn't signed yet. You should do
Him
that.
and Cody Eakin.
And
you should do that.
And
you want to call Neil and let him know?
Yeah, give me his number. I got this. Wait, sample conversation. Ari with Jim Nill. Hello, Mr. Nill. This is Ari. Oh, that's a dial tone.
Okay. I guess ours would be just the RFA contract right now with Krug and Riley Smith.
Biggest challenge. Okay, so we need to suck, but we actually have to look like we're trying, so we don't get nailed for intentionally tanking. So we have to do good, but be bad at the same time.
So pretty much lose every game that's not a division game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which you guys have been doing.
Yeah.
Can you beat the Kings?
Nope.
We beat the Sharks both games this season.
Or then you beat everyone in your division.
And we didn't beat them all every time. I think we beat every game against the Capitals. Winning record against the Bruins and the Leafs as well. We only show up against people we don't like, apparently.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Back when the Blackhawks were really bad, we'd still beat Detroit once or twice a season. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Just to remind them that just because we're bad doesn't mean
they don't suck.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to some other news. This past week there was the NHL Media Day, and a handful of players were asked which player in the league would you build a franchise around. Claude Giroux believes that NHL's best franchise player is Claude Giroux.
I'm all about this. I think this is great. Fuck it, right?
I don't like this
what do you guys think?
I don't want a Flyers player to make me like him. It's against my morals to like anyone in a Flyers sweater.
This is sort of a classic. This is right along the lines of Alex Ovechkin saying, if you guys remember the interviews with what do NHL players really think video from like 2010 or 2011, and they were like, "Who's the fastest skater in the league?" And Alex Ovechkin goes, "Me." And then they go, "Whose highlights do you watch?" And Alex Ovechkin goes, "Mine." Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is sort of in a classic tradition.
Or Yager's favorite player being
Jaromir Jagr.
Yager.
That's just truth in advertising, though.
But I thought it was funny, and the follow-up thing he said was, "Well, someone's got to believe in me."
Aww.
And he did list Crosby at number 3, I believe.
No, number 2.
Number 2.
Seconds.
So he did show respect.
Time to run him out of Philly. Listen, Flyers fans. He likes Pittsburgh. He's not loyal. Run him out of Philly.
Yep.
I thought that was an admirable display of maturity. From
Yep, to
KG.
Columbus. To Columbus.
Then to LA.
No, we're done with that. We're done with the Columbus to LA pipeline. I'm putting myself down.
Fine, then Giroux to Columbus.
Oh my God! Every time I see the Columbus has acquired a player, I imagine playing them in the Western Conference Final.
Like Cardinal.
Yeah, I'm like genuinely worried about it.
Okay, so other news. The Dallas Stars have a mascot. I believe it's an alien.
Don't
Is
laugh.
it an alien?
He is an
It's an
alien.
illegal alien in Texas.
That's pretty
Okay,
Hilarious.
I have a question. What is with Central Division having green mascots that no one knows what it is?
Don't look at me.
Well, no, theirs is clearly an alien because it descends from the stars.
Aww.
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Nordy is a wild creature from the Iron Range. There's a difference. If you've been in the Iron Range, you know that the people up here are a little weird. It makes sense. We'll just move it on. He's majestic wild.
Listen,
Okay.
listen.
In Minnesota,
Let me
as they
speak
say
for
about
all
the Iron
Stars
Range.
fans.
okay, you go.
Let me speak for all Stars fans. When my number one comment and the number one reason I think this mascot is a success, at least it's not a cowboy. That's
But
all
it is
I
an
have.
alien in Texas.
It makes
yes,
sense.
that could pose some problems, but hopefully Rick Perry won't get reelected. So and he might go to jail. So hopefully that means they won't deport Victor E. Green.
You know what?
It's an alien.
We've all had problems with players on our teams getting arrested. You know, Philly has Claude Giroux, Colorado has Semyon Varlamov, Texas has their mascot.
I don't think Buffalo's had anybody get arrested.
Oh, don't
In a while.
say that. You know what the news is going to be.
I said in a
tomorrow.
while because I believe somebody was arrested in the 90s, but
I was going to say I wish I could say a while, but I got no moral high ground on this one.
no, you've got Patrick Kane.
Listen, our mascot is fluffy and furry and green, and he has hockey sticks for antenna. And his roommate is the Zamboni, and he is 84 pucks high. That's listed his official height. It's 84 pucks. Which I kind of want to go to a game and test, but you know.
Okay.
Stand here, Victory Green.
Are they? I want to know if they're pucks. This is how my mind works. When I saw that, my immediate reaction was: are they pucks stacked on top of each other, like flat side to flat side, or on end?
An important question.
I
That
think
is an
so, and I
important
feel
question.
like it's an oversight to not explain that.
This is what the off season does to you.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
So,
frankly, the mascot is probably going to be really well liked by kids, and it's kind of cute. But
That's
first
the
things
point,
first,
and that they have said that the point it is for kids.
And yeah,
the
that's-
whole point.
you know, someone made a point in the thread about it.
The Central has a weird obsession for green mascots that really are hard
What?
to figure it out.
I think only
At least my mascot won't eat me.
It's literally just the Stars and the
Wild.
Wild, right?
And Nordy's mainly brown with just the green jersey
Animal.
I thought
and
it
his mullet.
I thought it was
Um,
Okay, so
Do the Avalanche have a mascot?
yes, it's a Saint Bernard.
Huh. Alright.
Which Avs fans? Wait. Back up. Avs fans seem to be really upset about this because they liked the last one, which was like a snow creature monster thing. I don't think people realize Saint Bernards were basically bred by a monk who lived in the Italian Alps, and he established a climbers hostel for people crossing over the Alps in the winter. And he trained Saint Bernards. By the way, the monk's name is Bernard, and he became a saint.
No way.
Yeah, shocking, right? He trained these dogs to go help him find stranded travelers and climbers and rescue them and take them back to the hostel. So, the Avalanche pick a Saint Bernard because they're mountain
That's pretty
dogs
cool.
who help people in the mountains.
I actually knew that.
When there's an
And
avalanche.
Saint Bernard is the patron saint of climbers, but
Yeah.
That's actually
which is why I know that.
That is pretty
I do
cool.
want to say, before we move on, first of all, your mascot looks like Oscar the Grouch. And second of all, did we really need to have a week of fucking build-up to a pile of tree sludge?
Yeah, the build-up was a little absurd, but you know what? The off-season gets to everyone. People who work for the media, for the team media, aren't immune to that. They've been bored for a
Yeah.
while.
Okay. So let's move on to other news. We have other news. This will carry into another sport. I promise, in a good way. The owner of the Buffalo Sabres, Terry Pegula, has made another step forward into renaming Buffalo to Pegulaville, and he purchased the Buffalo Bills for $1.4 billion. For Buffalo fans that are a little concerned that Terry might take his attention away from the Sabres, some good news, or bad news, however you want to feel about it. I think it's good news. Terry will not have executive decisions on the Bills. It will be his wife, Kim, running things.
because isn't there a rule that an owner can't own two teams?
Yes, they
No.
can if it's in the same market.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jim Dolan owns both the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks.
Oh yeah, because I know
It's actually only an NFL rule, as long as they're not in competing markets. So Jeremy Jacobs initially wanted to buy the Bills, but he would have had to sell the Bruins because it would have been in a competing market.
okay, because I know the Kraft family, they can't own the Revolution and Patriots, so the father owns the Patriots
Right.
and the son owns the MLS team.
No, they can own the same. They can own teams in the same city as long as it's the same city or there's no competing team. Because I think the guy who owns the Seahawks also owns the team in Portland, own a basketball team in Portland, because they're not in competing markets. But that's only an NFL rule. Not,
Alright. That makes sense.
yeah. Essentially, because Pegula, when already owns the Buffalo Sabres, he can own the Buffalo Bills, and he still owns it. But Kim is going to be the one making decisions, not him. So it will be a female running things.
And I, for one, are happy that Buffalo is still going to be in Buffalo because
Yes.
the rivalry is still strong.
Yeah, I do think that was really good news, and I think it also it might help the Sabres for Bills fans who not really into hockey. Are going to be super grateful that he's keeping the team in Buffalo because there was tons of rumors about them moving, particularly over the border.
To Toronto, yes.
And so maybe that'll bring some people to Sabres games. Like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. Let's watch his other team.
We don't have that problem. Okay, so this is the other news for the Sabres. Season ticket renewal rates have dropped this year. It's only a 93% renewal.
Only.
There is still a 4,000 person waiting list to get a season ticket for the Sabres.
Oh my God.
So there's no fear of people not coming to games.
Well, to be fair, it's Buffalo, and what the hell else are you going to do?
Yeah, there is really nothing to do in Buffalo besides drinking and being sad
Say,
about
a nice place to drink.
and cry
We could go
about
to the bar. We could go to the hockey game, which is also kind of a bar.
I mean, there's always Manhattan that you can drive down to.
Yeah, but
Although I think Toronto's closer.
Yeah, Toronto is closer.
yeah. Okay, so let's get into some more of these questions, and then we'll do the rule changes in captains last. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, this one is from Paul. Who is the most underappreciated player in the league?
The
If any
goalpost.
one of you says Pavel Datsuk, I'm gonna punch you in your stupid faces.
The goalpost.
I was gonna say Miku Koivu.
That's fair. That's fine. I don't agree, but that's okay.
I think he's underappreciated for his numbers and stuff. He
I
doesn't
go
get.
with Washington's Nick Backstrom, not Minnesota's.
Yeah, definitely not Minnesota's Nick Backstrom. No.
I don't know that I can comment for the league, but for Dallas, it's probably Jordy Ben. Don't laugh. He was great this year. You have to
He's
understand.
not underrated.
He's not underappreciated anymore.
Yeah.
No,
every
guys, we're
star
talking about
team.
You realize I'm
guys, we're
saying
talking about
Jordy
Jordy
Ben, right?
Ben,
Jordy
not Jamie Ben.
not
Oh.
Jamie.
Oh.
The brother.
Okay.
The other one.
Okay.
When they signed him last offseason to a one-way deal, every single Stars fan, myself included, were like, what the fuck are they thinking? They're on drugs. This was part of the contract negotiations with Jamie. And he did great this year. And I think it took 3/4 of the season for most people to be like, oh, okay, we're okay with this now. He's done a lot better.
That's good.
And now I think I feel bad for questioning their judgment on signing him.
And I have to agree with Nicholas Backstrom. The good one, not the old goalie falling apart. I mean, he doesn't get as much love as he should, definitely, because he's overshadowed on that team. So
I have to say the goalpost. It protects all those goalkeepers out there.
You know who the other person is
My
that
team?
you guys might roll your eyes at? You know the other person I should say, and people might roll their eyes at this, but Evgeny Malkin is not that far removed from being questionably the best player in the NHL. And, especially if you just go through all of the off-season posts from our hockey, would you rather have Jonathan Toews or whoever? Would you rather have John Tavares or whoever? Would you rather have Steven Stamkos or whoever? Evgeny Malkin's name has really stopped coming up a lot. And part of that is because he's had some bad injury issues, and he didn't have a good showing at the Olympics, etc. But he never has a good showing at the Olympics, actually, now that I think of it. But he does things that no one else can do. Even he does things that you don't even see Crosby do sometimes. You should probably get some love here.
yeah, and I'm getting unsolicited feedback from my eavesdropper in my living room. My boyfriend would like me to throw Jonas Enroth out there as underappreciated because of his size. So, and I kind of do have to agree, he does get underappreciated when it comes to goalies because he's short. But
Definitely good players on bad teams get underappreciated.
Yeah.
Enroth, I think Giordano on the Calgary Flames is like a Norris caliber defenseman.
Absolutely.
Jorgensen's. Well, Jorgensen's has been getting the love he deserves. I'll take that back.
John Tavares. I think John Tavares is up there as top 4, top 5 player in the NHL, but because the Islanders fucking suck, people don't think of him. So.
I mean, that just comes with shitty team type of thing. So, let's see. Why is Anton Khudobin so based?
What?
I don't know.
Dobby. That's why. Because his nickname is Dobby, that's why he's based. And he's still one of the best backup goalkeepers. Goaltenders. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say he's one of the best backups. All right, let's go to a better question. Corsi or Fenwick? What do you prefer?
Fenwick.
Depends on the time frame. My general go-to is still Corsi, but if you're looking at things over a shorter time frame, I prefer Fenwick. The reason for that is that Fenwick excludes block shots. If I'm getting this backwards, someone correct me. But Fenwick doesn't count block shots. Or does Corsi not count block shots?
Fenwick doesn't.
Corsi counts block shots.
Fenwick.
Okay. So then you want Fenwick over a longer time frame if you believe that blocking shots is a repeatable skill.
I prefer Corsi because I understand it and I know it, and I had it shoved down my throat during last season, so yeah. And I like Jim Corsi. He's a phenomenal goaltending coach, so I may be biased.
Just a tad.
I think over a span of anything less than like 40 games, I'd probably take Corsi, and over more than that, I'd probably take Fenwick. But frankly, the difference is not big enough that if I was arguing with someone, I would stop and say no, but look at their Fenwick. I'm not that dedicated to it.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't have any more of those questions. Okay. Before I forget, there was another news piece I forgot to bring up. The Wild agreed to terms with Nino Niederreiter on a 3-year contract. So. Yes, I'm trying to remember what the terms were, but I think it was like a AVV of like 2.6. It was very cap friendly and nice, and yay.
Yep, the Wild have done a great job turning around a player people were going to worry was going to be a bust. Niederreiter was what, 5th overall pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Islanders.
And they got him in exchange for Cal Clutterbuck,
who is a 4th-line plug or worse.
He's got a good stash. He does.
Isn't he the one with the bunny?
No, that's Zina Kanopka.
Oh, sorry.
Kanopka's suspended for the first 25 games of the season.
Oh.
I've gotten all of Minnesota's former shitty players mixed up.
Yes, Minnesota's done a good job of getting rid of their shitty players. Except for the goaltending situation. Kemper has still not moved, but, well, okay. It'll happen.
No, so Minnesota's done a great job taking a guy they got in a steal and turning him into the player he was supposed to be. I think that he's going to be really good going forward. And he seems really happy there. You know, one thing you can say about Minnesota's organization is that no one has a bad word about it these days.
Nope.
You know, Brizgalov, Niederreiter, I mean, Kemper obviously is just a different situation. But people really seem to like it there.
Mm-hmm. All right, the other news. Let's do the Rangers because it's real quick. The Rangers are going to name, the report is they're going to name Ryan McDonough captain. Anyone surprised?
No, I was hoping they'd name Martin St. Louis captain so we could demand a trade halfway through the season.
Come back to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I changed my mind. New York Wizards suck. I'm going back to Tampa.
Wait, Tampa Bay fans? Would you take him back?
No. No.
Tweet yes or no if you would take San Luis back.
No.
Or what he would have to do to make you accept him again.
Burn the Rangers jersey.
Okay. And the other team that named the Canadiens named Tomas Plekanec, or is it Thomas? I don't know. Whatever. Their names are funny. Max Pacioretty and PK Subban are alternates. Why does their tweet say assistants for the next season? So they're going to go with 4 A's.
Markov and Pacioretty will be I believe it's Markov and Pacioretty. No, it's Markov and Plekanec will be the 2 constant A's, and then PK Subban and Pacioretty will switch off. One will have home and one will have away.
Okay.
So, it's only the second time in Canadiens history they haven't had a captain. The last time was when, after Saku Koivu was gone. I guess they're trying it out. Frankly, I would just name a captain and wash my hands of it, but I guess when you have Jonathan Toews, it's sort of an easier decision than if you have a lot of young leaders.
Yeah. Buffalo still hasn't named their captain, but Cody Hodgson was spotted wearing the A while out doing charity stuff, so there's that.
I'm bored. Can we change up some of the letters on my team? Everyone's getting letter changes. We've had the same letters for like 6 years.
So you want to strip somebody?
No, maybe we can just, I don't know, maybe Duncan Keith can let Seabrook wear his jersey and Duncan Keith can wear a Seabrook jersey for a couple days. They already share teeth, it's fine.
All right, the NHL. This is the big news for this past week. The big news. They announced the rule changes for the upcoming season. The first rule on the list that they put out, and I'm going to link this on the Twitter as well, is Rule 1.8. The goalkeeper's restricted area, the trapezoid, is being expanded by 2 feet from goalposts on both sides of the net. Thoughts?
I think when they decided this, they thought, well, even if Berger gets signed, he's probably not going to be playing that much, so we can make this bigger.
I hate this fucking rule.
So stupid. I have not talked to one person who's like, yeah, this is a great idea.
I mean, I understand that it was frustrating that the Devils were better than people back when Martin Brodeur was good. Like, that's the thing. I feel that. I feel sympathy for that. But you can't just make up a rule from stopping a player from doing something that he's good at. You can't just look at, like, fucking... Well, actually, on a topic of another rule change, you can't just look at Patrick Kane and be like, no more spinoramas. But apparently you can.
Okay, so I'm going to just go to the next rule. Rule 23, game misconduct penalties. A new game misconduct category will be created. Clipping, charging, elbowing, interference, kneeing, headbutting, and butt-ending move from the general category into the same category as boarding and checking from behind, whereby a player who incurs 2 such game misconducts in this category would now be automatically suspended for 1 game. About damn time.
I have no problems with this.
Nope. I think it goes with the about damn time.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't become over like televised like the flags are now at NFL. That's the only thing I'm kind of skeptical about. Like they overdo it, but the suspensions for it.
Okay. Rule 24. Penalty shot. Spinorama has been removed from penalty shots and shootouts.
Yeah, so fuck that. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my thing here. Alright, the shootout is a gimmick, right? We are all aware that the shootout isn't hockey. If you're playing street hockey and you need to end the game because it's like literally 11:30 at night and it's negative 45 degrees outside, you can have a shootout, fine. We're playing a fucking NHL hockey game, just bring back the goddamn tie. It inflates the standings by adding the loser point. It's just meaningless hockey. Fucking, I don't want to watch Mikko Koivu shoot backhand for no point for just a billion years.
But at the same time, you want to be like, oh hey, who won the game last night?
No, you're a soccer fan. Ties are fine. That's great. I'm totally fine with ties. I would rather have a tie than have a meaningless skills competition. But that said, if we are going to have a goddamn meaningless skills competition, at least make it fun. Okay? At least make it fun. So they're taking away like the best part, which is when people do crazy things in the shootout. Who was Kathy? Who was the Latvian player who did that crazy shootout move for the Sabres?
Zemgus Girgensons, but he didn't do shoot. He doesn't do shootouts.
No, I guess he was on Montreal when he did the move, I think, and then he was on the Sabres, and then he went back to Latvia, the KSL or something.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I just can't pronounce his last name. But yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the most entertaining parts of that season. I think that was a year or two ago. If shootouts are going to be a part of the NHL, and they're not hockey, we might as well make them entertaining.
I agree.
What is the rationale behind having this rule?
You're not allowed to move the puck behind you during the shootout, and the spinorama, you're like kind of doing that.
Well, it's always in front of you.
It has to be forward motion, and it goes backwards at some point.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's what it is.
So technically, it was already illegal, but people weren't considering it illegal. And then they were like, actually, no, we really did mean to enforce this rule. So they made it explicit.
Yes. So that's what it is that the puck needs to be in forward motion at all times, and it does not.
I mean, that said, it's not going to stop a spinorama like we scored against Dallas 2 years ago, Terry, so don't worry.
Oh, that's okay. you know, when Roussel takes another penalty shot to win a game where you guys have 50 shots, he doesn't need the spinorama.
Oh my god, I'm gonna... You know what? That's fine, because when Roussel and Andrew Shaw fight, it's always embarrassing for you, so it's gonna work out for me.
Okay.
There we go.
Rule 38.
Hold on. Chris at Crazy Knucklehead tweeted it was Kasper Zdagovin that had
Okay.
the awesome shootout.
Yeah, I knew who it was. I just couldn't say his name because their Latvian names are a little... Yeah. Okay, so Rule 38, video goal judge. They're going to expand video review for if it went out of bounds and then went in the net, aka when it bounced off the top netting and bounced into the King's net. The mystery goaltender interference calls will be able to be reviewed now with video. Yay! And kicked in goals will get a little bit more rules about it, but
Woo.
another one of those, it's about time.
Yeah.
Rule 57 will be tripping. You can still get a 2-minute minor now for using your body, arm, shoulder, whatever to trip the player, regardless of if you make contact with the puck or not. So, if you trip them, no matter how you do it, you'll get a penalty instead of just with the stick. Rule 64, and this is where I'm going to warn you about my rant.
Oh, I have one too.
Oh, I'm waiting for this.
Diving and embellishment. There will now be discipline penalties associated with diving and embellishment. There will be fines based on the number of incidents. After a certain point, the head coach also gets fined. Okay, the minimum fine is $2,000. The max is $5,000, and it takes 5 incidents before a $5,000 fine of diving and embellishment. Here's my concern. These players make a lot of money. I did the math. The next season is Shea Weber. If he has to pay the max fine, he is paying 0.035% of his salary. It's equal out to maybe $2.
Woo.
That's not going to discourage anybody from doing anything.
Okay.
Wait,
And
what would
here's-
5,000 be to an average salary player, though?
The average salary, I think, is about, what we'll say about what, $2 million?
Yeah.
So let's see.
And remember, you only get the $5,000 after your 5th offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 offenses is a lot of offenses.
Yeah.
It's still 0.25%. It's not even 1% of their salary.
Okay, then.
So
Yeah,
here's the
that's-
thing. I think fines personally should, for not just diving and embellishment, but for the entire league, for any fines, should be based on salary. Because if Shea Weber had to pay 1% of his salary for a fine, it'd be $140,000.
I think, and here's my rant on the diving and embellishment penalty. Why is it one penalty? Diving is one thing, embellishment is a different thing. Diving is when no penalty happened and you pretended like one did.
Mm-hmm.
Embellishment is when a penalty happened and you oversold it to make sure the refs called the penalty. Those
Everyone
are two
pay
different
attention because this is the difference between the Habs and the Bruins.
Oh, God. Really?
If you call a player for embellishment, you should also call an offsetting minor for whatever penalty that happened that they were embellishing. If you call a player for diving, the other team does not get a penalty. Because if they dove, there was no penalty to start with. Why can we not make these two separate fucking rules?
Oh yes, and I want to clarify. Chris did say that it's because it's the maximum allowed under the CBA. I'm well aware of that. The players are never going to budge and pay more, so it's essentially just it's bullshit. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to discourage them from doing anything because they can do it, pay their little paltry few cents to them, and move on with their day. And they can keep it that way in the CBA, and that's the problem with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I agree. Separate calls and fines, and it's stupid. Okay, Rule 76 will be face-offs. In situations where the defending team is guilty of a face-off violation following an icing, they'll be given a warning, but be required to take the face-off, and then they'll get a 2-minute. If they do it again, they'll get a 2-minute minor bench. So penalties for face-offs might happen more for people fucking around. Rule 84.
Actually, about the face-off rule, I should just say, we're going to see this called like 3 times in October, and then it'll never be called again. So don't worry about it.
The shirt tucking?
Yeah, exactly like the shirt tucking. That is this year's shirt tucking rule. You know, they're going to call it once at Alex Semin, and then no one's ever going to care again.
Yeah. Rule 84, overtime. Teams will switch ends prior to the start of overtime in the regular season, and there will be a dry scrape. So.
Wait, so they're not okay? Sure.
It's a long change instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. 85 is puck out of bounds. It's really difficult to explain. Essentially, this one's being only for the preseason, but it has to be approved to go through the league and Players Association, so we might just deal with that after the preseason. No sense in confusing. Sense in confusing ourselves.
Let's give an overview. What is it?
There have been further rule changes made relating to face-off location to avoid penalizing teams for plays intended to create bona fide scoring opportunities. Specifically, the following are categories of plays where face-offs will remain in the attacking zone despite the fact the attacking team was technically responsible for stoppage in play. Shots at the net by a player on the attacking team where the shot breaks the glass, the shot goes off the side of the net and deflects out of play. The shot goes off the dasher boards or glass and deflects out of play. The shot is tipped or deflected out of play by a teammate, and the shot becomes wedged in or on the exterior of the goal net.
I am convinced that no one really knows how they decide where face-offs are. And the refs get together and kind of agree, listen, we want about this many face-offs here and about this many face-offs here. And then they just go do that every game. And no one argues because no one knows where they're supposed to fucking be.
I just feel like they do eeny, meeny, miny, mo with it.
Every once in a while, if you're watching high school hockey, you'll see a linesman or a ref get corrected on where the face-off should be, which is pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other refs will be like, yo, no, like, we gotta go to center ice.
Okay.
You know, people make fun of Gary Bettman because, well, one of the reasons, the many reasons, because when he first took over as commissioner, he asked how a face-off worked. Yeah, that's not an odd question. I've been watching this game for 20-some years, and I swear to God, if someone asked me, I don't think I could adequately explain it. Other than they drop a puck, and the guys go for it. There you go. That's a face-off. You want further in depth? Get ready to read a novel.
Pretty much. Okay, and we actually have another face-off change this year. Rule 1.9. The hash marks at the end zone circles will be moved from 3 feet apart to 5 feet 7 inches apart. So they're going to go to international markings. That's it.
Okay.
Not that big of a deal there, but so there's only 2 of the changes that we're all kind of like, what the fuck?
I have so much Spinorama rage.
I'm so pissed off about the fines.
I mean, part of the reason I have Spinorama rage, I think, is because I Spinorama, and I don't like them taking away my limited hockey skills. I was a figure skater, and I'm really good at them. Back up, NHL.
Calm your tits.
Yeah. Give me my Spinorama back. If anything, what the NHL needs is more Spinoramas.
Yeah.
We need more of whatever.
We need more Spinoramas. I think that would bring in new fans. I'm not sure where they would come from, but it would bring them.
figure skaters.
Okay, so
Figure skaters hate hockey players because they fuck up the ice.
so we got a couple other like loose end news that are kind of funny. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco Johnson, wants to play for the Canadiens so he can fight Lucic and Chara.
Sorry. That's never gonna happen. I'm sorry, Ocho Cinco.
Okay. HBO will not be doing 24/7 series on the Winter Classic. They will still be doing their 24 series on other sports, but not the Winter Classic this year. It will be shown on Epix.
Which, what is that?
It's another subscriber channel, kind of like.
Yeah, but it's not that big. It's not everywhere.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is very good from the people who were commenting and trying to have it.
But they're also
But they have said it will be made available on other platforms. I don't know what that means.
Probably we'll be able to buy it on iTunes. / we're all gonna illegally stream it anyways. So don't pretend like you were gonna watch it on HBO.
And
Yeah, people are all upset. I don't have HBO either.
The only reason I was upset is that HBO has that magical lighting that makes everyone look really attractive. Like when HBO did the Flyers or the Penguins one, they made Max Talbot look attractive with that lighting. That is some fucking magical lighting. And I wanted that magical lighting all over Patrick Kane's hair so it looks like less of a disaster than it currently is.
And they're also doing the series also on the Stadium series. Each series will be 4 episodes.
Which means we're going to get to see the Sharks, which will be fun.
Sharks and the Kings, and then there's going to be one on the Blackhawks and the Capitals. Both of them are going to be 4 episodes.
But there's got to be another Stadium Series game announced at some point.
I don't think so. They would have announced it by now.
No, they announced them pretty late last year, didn't they? Like the Heritage Classic was announced really late.
The Heritage Classic is every other year because it's only Canadian teams.
Yeah.
So they won't do it again. They won't do it this year. It'll be in the following year. So,
also, breaking news: the Detroit Red Wings Brandon Robinson was taken to the hospital for precautionary reasons, was fully conscious, and has full movement. This happened around 50 minutes ago.
What happened?
yeah.
I just saw that on my.
I'm assuming this is a prospects
Yeah.
game thing.
Let me just check for a second. Let's see what happened. Sorry. Okay, they haven't said on their. Sorry.
Yeah, I found let's see here.
And I'd like to apologize if Terry and I are a little bit distracted right now, but this is war.
Listen, you have no taste.
Oh, he was a free agent invite by the Red Wings.
Oh, Robinson's? Yeah, I just read the article. He was taken off the ice on a stretcher after being boarded during the prospect matchup. So he took a nasty boarding hit, and they did a MRI. They're doing an MRI and X-rays to check for a spine fracture because he experienced pain immediately.
Yeah.
Well, definitely thinking of him. Best of luck.
Yes.
And
meanwhile, feel free to set Ari straight.
Shut the fuck up, Terry.
In that her cat, a cat, mind you, is not cuter than my puppy.
All right, hold on. Let's start from the beginning. This all started because Terry said that the podcasts without me on them are the best podcasts. And that's mean, okay?
Wait. I wasn't saying that because of your absence they were good. I just said that I just happen to think that those are some of our best.
Okay, that's basically like Milan Lucic saying, I didn't say I was going to kill him. I just said I was going to kill someone. So I was like, that's unacceptable, and fired back where I knew it would hurt the most, and said my cat was cuter than Terry's dog. And
which is just a huge lie. Like,
He's
I mean,
so
if you're
cute.
If you're gonna lie, at least make it believable.
Oh, pro advice from Terry right now. But so, we are currently engaged in a extremely high-stakes Twitter war. And you guys can feel free to weigh in, except for I'm going to disregard all the answers I don't like, so don't bother weighing in if your answer is wrong.
Oh, please.
Can I say my cat's the best?
I mean, if you submit pictures.
Okay, can we just say J-Star has the best pets?
No.
Let's just say that.
No pet better than mine.
Okay, let's just say Paul's cat beats everyone's pet.
Paul's cat is really cute.
No.
There is Paul's cat.
No, yeah. And Benny is cuter. Benny's cuter than any damn cat.
Not even remotely true. Anyways, back to hockey. Guys, we got to get ready. The season is coming up. We got to be in tip-top form. The prospects are having camp. Training camp is coming up. This is our training camp, Terry.
Another reason.
Talk from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay finally sent me the season ticket holder stuff.
Another reason that Benny is better than any other cat.
Oh
He has
my
a
God.
goal in preparation for the season. He has a goal celebration, so we're ready.
Mosca has a jersey. Mosca is my cat.
Benny is getting a bandana. His owner's just a little poor and hasn't ordered it yet.
I gotta find the Mosca cat picture.
But
Anyways.
he celebrates goals, so
My cat does too. By running into the other room because I made loud noises. Or
Benny
sitting in her
gives me a
penalty box,
double-
which I posted. I posted a picture of her in her penalty box.
Benny gives me a double high five. Beat.
Cats are too independent for that. I'm not even sure Mosca's a Blackhawks fan, frankly.
See? I mean, Benny is a Stars fan. His name
My
is
cat-
Benny.
My cat is named after the best two-way forward in the league, so I think I win.
Marian Hossa?
No.
You named your cat Taves?
Bergeron. Bergeron.
Kopitar?
Ha ha ha. I think my cat wins, even though I have yet to meet my cat.
Alright. You're automatically disqualified.
It's not my fault I haven't been home yet.
Okay. So, do we have any final thoughts? Because we have no news and stuff. So.
We're so close. 3 weeks.
Aaron Rome has been invited to train with the Detroit Red Wings.
Have fun.
So, saw that before. Oh god, I hate him.
Do we have more questions, Kathy?
No, we don't. Actually, we've got cat pictures. I'm not gonna lie, we have cat pictures. So.
Cat pictures are probably better than questions.
Favorite
Hold on.
Kanye song. Might as well do that.
I'm just trying to think here. We have about a week until training camps officially open. So that's gonna happen.
Yay. Which means at some point we're gonna sign. The Stars are gonna sign Brendan Dillon and Cody Eakin, right?
No,
One would think that.
Yes, please.
One would think that, yes.
we're coming up. Stan Bowman's initial plan is to trade someone during training camp. So we're coming up on the Blackhawks trade. We got to trade someone soon because we're still $2.2 million over the salary cap. With no one.
Yeah, you guys got to figure that out soon.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But so that'll be something interesting to watch. So keep your heads up in the next probably about 2 weeks for Blackhawks news. I'm really nervous, guys. I'm really nervous. They're talking about trading Nick Leddy again, which would just be a terrible life choice. Don't trade Nick Leddy.
Yeah, they're gonna trade Taves instead.
No,
No, they're not going to trade Jonathan Taves.
they're gonna trade Hosa.
They're not going to trade Marian Hossa. Who would take, first of all, no, they're not going to trade Marian Hossa. Second of all, who would accept Marian Hossa's contract? No one.
Hell no.
Any team that wants to be somewhat over the cap floor, like, I don't know, the Senators.
No, because,
But that means their owner has to actually, spend money.
but the problem with Hossa's contract isn't that it's so expensive right now. It's actually a remarkable deal for Hossa right now. The problem is that he retires before the end of the contract. The cap or capture penalty is horrible. The Senators don't want that. No one wants that. I'm really worried about it. Post is never getting faded. He's with us forever. Gonna retire a Blackhawk.
I don't know.
And he's gonna win like 4 more Stanley Cups here.
Patrick Kane to Buffalo.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. We're done with that. We were done with that when he signed his contract extension. We're done with that forever. And Vander Kane to Buffalo, maybe.
He's just waiting for next season. Then he's going to demand a trade to
He's
Buffalo.
not going to demand a trade. He and Jonathan Taves are hockey married. They can't move that far from each other. Think about it. Have you ever seen the two of them, either of them by themselves? No, you haven't.
Yes.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was that one time. Well, I mean, when Jonathan Taves is out for concussions, you see them by themselves. But besides that,
During the summer.
Yeah.
that's all an illusion.
And those times they don't play together.
Well, yeah, they never play together anymore, basically.
Right. So.
Oh, yeah, they're never together. So this is
No, they're both on the ice. They're both in the hockey game together.
Well, yeah,
You don't
but
have
they're not on the same line.
Yeah, they
For
are.
more
They play on the power play together.
Buffalo.
Are you guys really putting jerseys on your animals?
Oh my God.
I already started it.
No, I need to go. Honey, go get the jersey. And the thing is, my cat will just lay there, and she won't care.
Yeah, Benny likes his star jersey. It even has his name on the back, kind of.
With a Y.
Well, I have a Ben jersey,
He's missing a Y.
and his name is Benny, and now he's taken over my pillow because he was like, haha, bitch, you moved to go get that jersey.
I'm gonna go find my cat and put a Rangers jersey on her.
Oh my God, you guys.
Alright,
Shit,
so...
where's my Miracle on Ice jersey?
That's just like boy on us now.
Okay, so, let me double check to see if we have any other questions, because we are getting over time. Nope, animals. Animals in jerseys. Nope.
Alright, well then we've adequately distracted all of you.
Yes. Yes.
These are our animals.
So we have that. Do you guys have any last thoughts?
Feel free to vote for Benny in the My Pet is Obviously Cuter contest.
Oh my God, Terry, it's not even a contest. You can't call it a contest when you're wiping the floor with your competition.
You're right, it isn't a contest because Benny is so much cuter.
You cannot steal that line from me. I just used it.
Every pet is cute, okay? Everyone's equally cute. Let's just all agree with this.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my God.
You're
Okay.
asking Germany and Russia to come to a truce in 1939, right? It's not happening.
Alright. So yeah, vote on cute animal. Mine's the one at the cat in the box because she jumps in her penalty box on her own when she did something bad. She seriously, when she does something she knows she shouldn't, she jumps in the box and just looks at you like, yep, I fucked up. So it was the penalty box, and when she's going crazy, we kind of put her in there to calm her down. So works out.
Except for it's a Detroit jersey.
But anyways, okay. We have less than a week till training camps. People need to be getting under cap. So 2 of you. People need to be getting signed. And
Perfect.
people need their teams to have captains named, like, at some point in the future. So, hey, anything from you guys?
Just hang on for 3 more weeks, guys, and we're in the regular season.
All I'm looking forward to is the regular season.
Yes. So, and I will not be joining you guys next week, so...
Boo.
Hey! I can't help it. I actually have, like, legitimate reasons, so... And by that, my legitimate reason is my job.
Boo.
So, Okay, so let's wrap this up here. You can catch this episode and all the other episodes on ourhockeycast.com, the YouTube channel, the subreddit r/ourhockeycast, and follow the Twitter. Yes, do that too. The Wooden Ball Show is still going on. They're still recapping team seasons and, you know,
They just did the Penguins and the Avalanche.
looking to. I'm not sure when After Hours coming back, but soon, people.
They were just talking about it. Yeah, maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week. So, I am. Yeah, I say I am the sad Sabres fan. I am Abstract Halo, Reddit, social media in general. And you guys are.
I'm
sorry.
a Blackhawks fan. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna go, then Terry's gonna go, then Isaac's gonna go, then we're gonna sign off, okay? Alright.
Organized, by the way.
I'm just putting my foot down right now. Every day I'm gonna call this. Alright. I'm Ari. I'm a Blackhawks fan. You know where to find me, let's be real. And my cat is cuter than Terry's dog. Terry, you go.
I'm T-Rex20 on Twitter and on Reddit. I'm a Stars fan, and Ari is delusional, and I think that's clear, and we're going to start up a GoFundMe campaign to get her the help she needs.
I'm Aisha. Every pet is beautiful in its own way. Can we just all get along like it's back in middle school? And
Who got along with people in middle school?
You got along in middle school? Damn.
What kind of weird freak of nature are you?
I'm sorry, I just want to bake a cake. Wow. Just get along with each other.
Okay.
People boycotts us.
Alright, and we are sometimes today fucking awesome. So thank you for listening.
Bye.